Hey everyone, I'm your Mayor Glenn Grandis, and this is the Mayor's Message, the final one of the year. So, what we do at these Mayor's Messages is go over what happened at the last City Council meeting, the last Planning Commission meeting, and what's coming up at the next City Council meeting. First, let's start with the Planning Commission. The Sign Committee met and they approved an electronic billboard at the Mike Thompson RV Center along the 405 freeway. Now let's talk about what happened at the last City Council meeting. First, we had a study session from our Finance Director, Ryan Smith, and he presented the current state of the city's pensions and liabilities updates to our City Council. Next, we had the Parks and Recreation Director, Rob Purcell, the Community Services Director. He presented the current festival that the city puts on each year and options for future festivals in our city. He also let us know what are some of the costs and ramifications of holding these different festivals on our different sports fields and what needs to be considered. Next, we had a presentation from OC 211 and the United Way 100 Years. Elizabeth Andrade provided an overview of the program and the services that they provide. The City Council recognized November 30th, the day after Thanksgiving, as Small Business Day in the city of Fountain Valley. If you're going to go out and buy something on Black Friday or, for the holidays, make sure you support our small businesses within the city. Ryan Smith, our Finance Director again, presented the city with the annual GFOA Award. This is an award that the Finance Department received for having an outstanding annual budget. Congratulations to the entire finance team for that. We then went into admin items. So the City Council received and filed the report from the HH Advisory Committee. You may remember back in 2016, we approved a 1% sales tax increase in the city, and we have an oversight committee made up of residents in our community who provide feedback to the City Council to make sure we're upholding our promises on how we would spend that money. We also approved an agreement with RH Landscape Architects. They're putting together a master parks plan for our community. This is something that's going to review all of the parks in our entire city and put together a plan on what's best, what's needed for our residents. This is something that we're going to work on for about 18 months. This is something that hasn't been done in a very long time, and we're excited to bring that forward and make sure we have the best parks in the entire county. In really big news, our city came to agreement with the County of Orange for the lease agreement on our sports park. That's where you enter on Heil and Brookhurst. The great news is this is a once in generational time. We're expanding our sports park by over 14 acres. It's super exciting. There's lots of opportunity of what we could put in there. Suggestions we've heard, maybe a dog park, maybe a community garden. What else would you like to see? Make sure you reach out to us at fvproud@fountainvalley.gov with your ideas. We'd love to hear about it. We've also agreed as part of this to renew the lease or expand the lease for the Huntington Valley Boys and Girls Club for an additional 25 years. Really big news for our city. We also approved an agreement with Cabco Yellow Inc. and allocated funding for the Hop-On program for our senior transportation services in our city. Another excellent program for our seniors. All right, let's talk about what's coming up at the next City Council meeting. Really, it's a ceremonial meeting. This is where we switch who is the mayor for the year. So this is my last mayor's message, as I mentioned, and I just want to thank everybody for tuning in, listening, and hopefully getting some good information about what's going on in our community. I tried hard to make sure that we're transparent and sharing information. So what we'll do is we'll vote in a new mayor. Right now, the vice mayor is Ted Bowie. Unless something doesn't happen according to plan, he should be our next mayor, with Jim Canine stepping into the vice mayor position. So come on out and welcome Ted Bowie, hopefully as our next mayor for the city of Fountain Valley. Here are some important announcements and upcoming events. First off, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. City Hall and the Rec Center, the Senior Center, will be closed Thursday, November 28th and Friday, November 29th for the holiday. Talking about holidays, our fire department is doing their Spark of Love toy drive. It's happening now until December 24th. For more information, visit the city's website on where you can donate a toy. We have opportunity for volunteers. There's still time to apply to volunteer for different committees, commissions, and board appointments. The deadline to apply is Thursday, December 19th. We have openings in the Planning Commission, the Community Foundation, Advisory Committee for Persons with Disabilities, and the Housing HCD Committee. So if you're interested in volunteering for these very important positions, make sure you reach out to our city clerk. Our annual tree lighting is coming up next Saturday, December the 7th at the Rec Center. This is such a fun event. There are so many different community members who are going to be singing and dancing and providing entertainment. There's going to be free hot chocolate and cookies by the Community Foundation. And I hear we're going to have a special guest. I hear Santa Claus is going to be there to welcome everyone. And also, we're bringing in tons of snow so you could actually do sleigh riding in Fountain Valley. Don't miss out, Saturday, December the 7th. All right, I'm your mayor, Glenn Grandis, and this is the final mayor's message. Thank you all for tuning in. We hope you found this informational. It's all about being transparent about what's going on at City Hall. And a big shout out and thank you to Megan Wishner for putting this all together. For the final time this year, I'm your mayor, Glenn Grandis. Thank you so much for tuning in.